What is going on, guys? Carlos here from Live Gaming Paradise. We are back again with another episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This time we are in Gerudo town. We are doing a massive mission, exactly like the one we've done in Rito village. This time is with Riju of Gerudo town. So we're gonna go and do a lot of stuff, and it's a massive quest. It's like one of the 4 main quests in the game. So in order to advance, you're gonna have to do them. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is get to Gerudo town, and it is hard to get here because there's loads of dust in the air and you won't be able to see where you're going. Once you get here, you're gonna see that Riju is not here. You find her diary, you read her diary, and then you find out that they've gone into a kind of a bunker, you know, the hideout, and that is this hole here on the staircase. All you need to do is go inside, but as you can probably tell, you are a boy and you're not allowed to get into the hideout because you're a boy. So you find this little girl outside, and she tells you that she can't speak to you, and she runs around, and what you do is you have to follow her. So sneakingly follow her, and then you'll see that she gets inside of a shop, a disused shop, and so you need to go afterwards. You need to go and find out how to get inside that shop and what's hidden inside. So go inside, and you see that there's a counter, and what we need to do, we need to use our ultra hand and move this counter to the side. You can probably tell that I've got very little hearts, and towards the end I'm going to have many hearts because I started this quest and I was really weak and I didn't want to carry on. So I stopped, and then I kind of like Frankenstein all the footage together in order to get this quest together, and it's like 30 minutes long, even though I cut as much as I possibly could just to leave you enough to explain what I needed to do. So now as you get into the hideout, you find a way in, you get stopped, but then you've got the guards, like the leader of the guards, Gerudo, captain of the guard, and she says that you're okay and you can pass. So now we're gonna go and see where Riju is, because Riju is going to be here in a hideout somewhere, and we're going to need to go and do a bunch of things with her, like fighting off hordes of mobs. So past these sand seals here, and then you can keep on going down, and you're gonna have to keep on going down through this cave here. There's like a cave system. It's called the Silent Statues Valley Cave, I think it's what it's called. Yeah, it's right here on the side of these seals. Just keep on going all the way down, because you're going to have to go all the way towards the other side, and then you climb out of the cave, and you will see Riju on the other side. I'm just telling you, yeah, what you need to do and what you will see. Valley of the Silent Statues, and I have done this quest as well to explain to you exactly how you do it. So afterwards you come up to the top in here, and you'll see Riju is inside of that structure over there, and we're going to go and see her and see what she wants us to do with her. And it's a lot of stuff, but you go backwards and forwards, and I think like the worst part about it is the towers, and I will explain how to do them. The towers where you have the beams of light, those ones are the most difficult ones. The fight with Gibdos in the desert is not very difficult. The one in Karakara is not very difficult either. It's just mainly those towers, and once you get those towers, then you're going to have to go inside of it's a kind of a temple, but it's a kind of also like a dungeon, like the typical dungeon that we had in Breath of the Wild. There's like 4 of them in Breath of the Wild, and there's 4 in here as well. Once you speak to her, then she will ask you to go to the Karakara Bazaar, and we need to find it. And have you seen how much dust is around? It's very difficult to find, but if you go to the map online of Breath of the Wild, it's going to be in the exact same location because it hasn't changed. So you have an idea. If you haven't played the game, you'll have an idea of where to go, because it's very difficult for me to explain to you because I haven't got any map or anything like that. Just climb up the watchtower and see where you are to get your bearings, and then you should be able to find it, but it is quite a trek to get there. So once we get there, then we're going to see that it's being attacked. Karakara Bazaar is being attacked by mobs of Gibdos. So what we need to do is get rid of all of them. It's going to be a long fight, so you just have to get rid of them, and then get rid of the, you know, like the where they spawn from. There's like loads of you see those pink things on the top, those like are like layers that they spawn from. You need to destroy all of them so they won't be spawning from there anymore, but they need to be like kind of like that color, like that, and that's when you get to destroy all of them. And then at the end she will ask you to go back to Gerudo town, so you can have a look at something that she's got there. She needs to show you a wall, and that's where the pillars are going to be, and the light needs to be like a triangle. You need to make a triangle out of the light. Again, really tough to find your way around because there's sand everywhere and you've got no mini map, and it is just a really tough part. But once you do that, so we're going back to Gerudo, and then we're going to fight more hordes of these Gibdos, you know, hives, and you have to destroy all the hives. Exactly the same thing, the same principle that you've done in the Karakara Bazaar, you're going to have to do in Gerudo as well. You have to clear out all of the Gibdos in here. They come from every entrance into Gerudo, so it'll take a very long time to do this. Eventually you'll be able to finish off the battle, and she will call you in. She will want to show you a wall, and there's like a drawing on a wall explaining where all the towers are and how it works. There's something in a triangle of these towers. When the light intersects, that will reveal something in the sand. So she will show you this wall, and she will say that the mural reflects on what's going on with the towers outside. So we're going to need to activate all these towers, destroy some boulders that are blocking the light, and intersect these towers in order for them to kind of like be a triangle in the desert. In order to do these, you're going to have to go one by one and follow the light. That's the best advice I can give you. Just follow the light. So go behind the throne room here, and you'll be able to see your first tower. That's over there. So we're going to need to go through that cloud of dust with loads of Gibdos, but you can just avoid them. Just keep on running, and you should be okay. But initially we need to activate that first tower, so you'll have a beam of light directing you to the following tower, to the second tower, and then it will be the same thing with the third tower as well. So when we get here, we need to get either like a weapon that can destroy these boulders, or like a bomb flower, and we can destroy those boulders so you can release the light, and that light will mirror and have a beam, as you can see, pointing towards the next tower. So just keep on following the light until you get to an area where there's like a big it's like an area like exactly like this. You come from the top of like a big rock structure, then you will see there's loads of Gibdos around. You can just avoid them, and you see that there's going to be another structure to the right of that tower. So you're going to need to climb this structure here and spin that cog at the top, or like that levers, those levers at the top, in order to activate the tower, like raise the tower from the sand. So the way that I found to do this, you can't just push against it. I couldn't get it to work like that. I mean, you might be able to get it to work, but I couldn't get it to work like that. All you need to do, or how I did it, is like use ultra hand and just keep on spinning all the way around. As you can see behind us, that tower is lifting up from the sands, and then you're going to get a cutscene kind of thing when you get to the right location, and you've got like a triangle now. Now we're going to go to the third one. We're going to activate the third one, because despite it being like a triangle, the third one is pointing to the wrong direction. So in order to fix it, we need to follow the light once again to this location here, and then you need to bring one of those posts up to the top. So just keep on bringing it, kind of like use your recall, and then use your ultra hand and bring it halfway through like we've done before, and then just put it down in here, and then do the exact same thing and take it right to the top once again, so we can So we can attach it to that kind of like lever thing at the top, like switch thing at the top. As you can see, that's exactly how I brought it up. I mean, there must be other ways of doing it, but this is the way that I found that worked for me. Then you can just attach it to this thing in here, and what we need to do is, as you can see, the light is pointing into a different direction. So as we move these, the light below, the mirror below, will move the light until it gets to point to the first tower. And then once it reaches there will be a cutscene showing you that there's something coming out of the desert, and we're gonna need to go and pick it up as you go. As you can see, this is what you needed to do. It's a really tough part, because this is the where I quit. You know, like I stopped halfway through, and I said, no, I can't do this right now because I'm just too weak, and I kept on dying because of the heat in the desert. So I decided, okay, I will stop, do some shrines, get some hearts and some stamina, and then I'll be able to come back and do it. It is quite tough to do it initially. I did find the Rito, the boss at the Rito, the Conjaga, very difficult. This boss is not as difficult, but because in the desert you keep on burning up, it constantly takes health from you, and it makes it really difficult than I thought. And then once you get in here, we're gonna go and follow Riju, and we saw Zelda in here, Zelda Mirage. But when you're ready, just ask her, and she will raise the lightning, and then you can just shoot that pedestal in there, and that will bring the temple out of the ground, the lightning temple out of the ground. And now this is the first time you're going to find the boss, but you don't have to, the Gerudo queen, but you don't have to fight her. You know, it's only like a very brief fight. You shoot her a couple of times, and then she will fly off inside the temple, and then we need to find her. You need to go inside, and like the temple is kind of like a dungeon that you need to, you know, there's loads of different elements like lights and things like that. I will explain everything on this video. I won't fight the boss's final battle. I won't fight it in this video. I'll make a separate video like I did for the Rito village in Conjaga. So I will explain how to do everything to do with Riju's from Gerudo, of Gerudo town. So the first thing you're going to need to do is just shoot that hive up there, ask her to bring up the lightning, and then shoot the hive, and then you will see that you're going to have to fight this thing. This massive Queen Gerudo, really massive, and but it's like a brief fight. It's only like an introduction, and then she will fly off, and you will have to go inside and fight her inside. Lightning, Scourge of the Lightning Temple. So you need to throw a couple of, you know, the way that I found is like when you burn her, she'll turn a different color. She'll turn like white, and then she will take damage, a lot of damage. So a few lightning arrows, or if you get Riju to bring up the lightning and then shoot it with a normal arrow, she will kind of get electrocuted, and this fight can be over in seconds. So it's not like the major boss fight. It's just explaining to you, you know, what you need to do in order to get inside of the lightning temple. Now we're gonna make our way inside of this temple, and I am so dry because my videos are normally half of this, and I still got another 15 minutes to go before I can finish this quest. But this is the reason why I don't do voiceovers on very long videos, because I just don't know what to say. But in this one specifically, I need to do it because there's quite a lot of elements and a lot of things, and I've cut most of these videos, like a lot. I mean, this quest must have taken about 2.5 hours to do. To shrink it down to half an hour is absolutely incredible. So I needed to explain to you exactly what I did and how I activated all these switches in here. There's going to be quite a few, but in this area here, there's only one path that you can take. You're going to find a lot of guardians along the way, and a lot of different Gerudos and things like that. You just have to defeat them until you reach the Room of Ascension, and that's why I left it. This is the main room that you're going to need. It's kind of like the center of the dungeon. that you're going to need in order to activate everything that is in here. So we need to first of all go into the pedestal in here and activate it, and then go to the right in here, and there's going to be some rocks on the wall, like loose rocks, loose kind of like boulders or bricks. Behind here you're going to find your first battery that you need to activate, and there are 4 of them in different places, and all of them will have like some of them will have like a beam of light that you need to activate a bunch of switches before you can activate the battery. So once you get in here, you just have to call Riju, and she will bring up the lightning, and then you just shoot that battery there in the center, and that will activate, and that will be the first one to go. So 3 more left, and now we're going to go into the main area again, and we're going to go and go to the top and start activating lights and switches and statues. It is really complex, this part in here. So once you're ready down here, we're going to go out, and we're going to go over to the top to do you see that there's like a staircase around? Just keep on going all the way to the top level as far as you can go, and we're going to go to the left in here, and there's going to be like a jet of air here, and you can just pick it up and then go to the left in here, and as you go in here you'll see that they've got 2 cuts in the kind of like a slice of cheese is missing, but they're not synchronized, so we need to use our recall power until you see that they both match, so the light will go through and activate the switch on the other side. So you need to go inside first and activate the light. This is already is already done, and then you will shine across the room, and you will go into one of the statues in here, and then you just have to wait again until it activates the statue on the other side. So you have to wait for the wheels to skip again until you get the light, and then they will activate that one on the other side. Then we need to go over to the other side and step on the switch like we've done before with the silent statues. I think these are silent statues as well. I don't know what they mean, but I'm sure we will find out eventually. And then we're gonna get, when you get there, as you see Riju is already there, we need to activate that switch, and then we're gonna go down, and we need to do a couple more things in here in order to get this done. So as you can see, there's like 2 spike walls clashing together. You need to get these boulders here, and you need to put them in between the spike walls, so you get like a little path in the middle, and you can go in through that. I put both of them in there. I put one on one side and one on the other side, because it's just to be on the safe side kind of thing. I didn't want to get squashed by these spikes and having to start these all over again. So just put one on the other side as well, and just cross over the first one, and then we're going to cross over the second one, and that's one bit done. Now we need to get 2 more rocks in there off the wall. There's going to be quite a few guardians around this area, so just make sure you get rid of all of them. I'm just showing you these bits so to show you how I got rid of the spike walls, but once it's to defeat guardians, then you're going to have to do it yourself, and I mean, there's no the right or wrong way of doing this. So I did it like this, exactly like this, with the rocks, to stop that top spike wall from crushing me down. And then when you go inside, all you need to do is get rid of all the guardians, and there's going to be a couple of guardians in here, and once you've got rid of all of them, then you're going to need to go through this gap on the floor in here. As you can see, there's a light shining down there, and we're going to go and bring a mirror with you, and we're going to jump down, pick up the mirror, and then put the mirror on top there. And you see this platform is the platform is spinning. In one of those openings, there's going to be one of those switches that the light needs to shine on too. Yeah, like right over there, like opposite us. So just put this down, and then once the light shines through it, and it will activate the switch. It might be a bit tricky to do it, but it should be. It's just like with my controller, I don't know, for some reason it just made it really difficult to like point the lights to a specific location for some reason. I have no idea why. It is a Pro controller. It's like a proper Nintendo Pro controller, but I feel the Joy-Cons are a little bit better to do this with, but it's one of those things. Right, when you get up here, as you can see, there's going to be another light, another mirror on the top here. Again, you need to grab the mirror and point it to that switch on the other side as well, and that will activate another switch, and we are on our way to do one more of these batteries. So once that's done, the lights are going to be, the barriers are going to go up, and then we can go inside and activate one more. And I think we've got 2 left now, if I'm not mistaken. One has got loads of fire hoses. It is really difficult, I thought, but there you go. So we need to go over here, ask Riju to activate her power of the lightning, and then that's it. We've got another one done, and that leaves two more left. So next you're going to go back into the room of ascension, and then we're going to go over to the top in here. As you can see, there's going to be like a gap in here, so we're going to need to go inside in here, and you see there's like a light shining on the floor. We need to get a couple of mirrors in here, but because you got that the entrance that you came from, it's a bit high. We're going to need to get this boulder here on the left hand side and put the mirror on top of it, but you need to put it upright. You can't put it like lying down. You need to put it upright in order to be high enough, just like that, and then you can just point that mirror over to the other side, so we can go and pick up activate another one of these portals, and then we can go and pick up we can go and activate another battery. So you've got another switch in here, so you need to go all the way to the other side of the room, and the next switch is going to be done exactly the same way. So you need to come over down here, get the jet to go, the jet wind to go up, and then go to the left in here. You see some statues. The area that you need to go into is going to be on the top here, so just keep on going up, and you'll see it's above the statues, and we have to step again on another thing in front of another switch in front of the statues, and then we need to go inside and activate, and then that's where the hoses, the fire hoses are. So you just need to use your glider in here. Just need to be careful with the glider and just go through the gap. So the first one you want to jump over through the gap, the next one you want to go to the left of these hoses here, and then you just want to go in the middle in here as well. And when you pass this bit in here, you just go down, and we are in the room of light and flame, which is one of the rooms that you have had access to, but obviously you couldn't get in because of the door. Step on a switch, and then Riju will come inside, and you can activate the lightning, and that means that we've only got one left to go before we can fight off the Gibdo Queen. And then we're going to go back onto the top once again and get the air curtain. And then you need to bring this mirror there. You see like the gap that we came from earlier on? You have to bring that mirror opposite and use this mirror here to point the light down, and that will activate another statue, so we can go down to the bottom and step on the switch and do the final one. It's such a long drawn out mission, you know. It's one of those quests that you do it and you just want it to be over because it's just so much going on. It is really fun while you're doing it because you're trying to kind of like defeat all the, you know, the whole of the dungeon, but it is so difficult. Right, in here, defeat all the guardians that come and approach you, and then you see that you got one of those trays or those bars. Just put a balloon on top of that, put a mirror in front of it, and then you're going to need to get a torch, just get a torch and light it up, and then glue the torch to the grate, and that will inflate the balloon. But before you do that, just put light the torch and just put it to the side here. And we're gonna need to do is bring that mirror and that balloon and that grate up to the top in here on top of the light. And I'm burning up. Wow, got burned up by this torch. And then attach this to the grate here, and that will inflate the balloon, and we will take the platform up, and that is going to shine the light on another switch, and that will activate the final part of this switch. It is really drawn out, but I love that, you know, and I can't wait to do the other ones and fight those three-headed dragons. I really can't wait to fight them. But at the moment I'm trying to concentrate. I've unlocked the whole map now, and I'm trying to concentrate on doing as many shrines as I can possibly find, because obviously you have no Shika Slate anymore, so you can't really use the shrine and kind of like get a beep. At least I couldn't find it. You just have to use the tower. How I do it is use the towers and scan the area, and there's going to be many shrines that are going to be hidden, so I wouldn't be able to find them. So I don't know how it's going to work out, but hopefully I will get other powers that will aid me in my endeavors. So I guess this is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, or if this video helped you, please give us a like, consider subscribing so I can continue releasing more content like this. There will be 2 more of these videos for the different regions, so I've got 2 more main missions that I need to do, and there's going to be some videos like these, very long ones. The majority of them are going to be very short and sweet, 6 minutes, 4 minutes, but these ones, unfortunately, they take a lot longer to film, to record, edit. It is just a really massive endeavor when we're doing these massive quests. So I guess this is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.